Select. It's not ordinary tiger's eye, which is always beautiful and warm. We're talking about the blondes, right? They do say blondes have more fun.
They have it here. They have it at yellow.
Look at this.
And you can do that, but really it's referred to as blonde tiger's eye. Okay, yeah. This is so rare. This came on the market on, it popped up on the radar about 7 years ago. It's the first time I ever saw it. Okay, tiger's eye primarily comes in 3 colors. Predominantly, it's more of like a gold, like the golden tiger's eye. It's like golden brown. And then you have red tiger's eye and you have blue. And so usually the golden is the most predominant, and then the red is second, blue is the least. This is even so rare, so rare. I've been asked to do, anytime I ever bring this on or I can ever do anything in this, they always tell me the same thing. The next meeting I go to, can't you do that as a Today Special? And the answer is always the same. No.
Do you remember last time you were on with me, those big nuggets of that rare?
Remember the great big one?
It was like red, right?
Yeah,
red.
Yeah, it blew out.
Blew out. This is happening again, Jay. And now remember, that's a 3-strand design of those round faceted yellow, so blonde tiger's eye beads. 17.5 inches in the length, 2 3/4 inch extender. It's not a kind of, brownie or mustardy yellow. It's bright and beautiful.
It's blonde. I gotta tell you, it sparkles, it gleams, and then look how well it fastens. But all tiger's eye has the cat's eye effect, or what they refer to as chatoyancy, and that's what causes the gleam and the bling and everything. In tiger's eye, what they have, what makes it naturally sparkle and effervesce, that have the chatoyancy property, it actually has asbestos crystals growing through it. And I remember the first time I ever said that on air, somebody called me and they said, "Oh my God, asbestos."
But you're not breathing it, right?
No. Asbestos is a natural material. Now, it's asbestos fiber that, causes, and that's what, they were taking asbestos and shredding it, make it, because it was fireproof.
Right.
But this right here, Mother Nature, I mean, it's totally, just the crystals that are growing within, they're not fibers, so there's no danger to, even when you work this, there's no problem with it. But that's what creates the sparkle. So you've got this, and what's really interesting on this material, what I love about it, I love the fact that it just glows, gleams, talks to you.
It does,
when you facet it, it's even better. But the rarity of this, okay, you just do not see it in this color every day. Like I said, I run into it every now and then. I buy a lot of tiger's eye. This comes out of Namibia.
Look at that, Jay.
If you can see where they actually mine this, I've actually been out with them when they've mined it, and they go out. And if you've been, the portion of Namibia where this is at, it looks like the Mars moonscape.
Really?
It does. You wonder how, there are animals that live there. There are lots of reptiles and insects that live there, but you wonder how in the heck that they do.
Right?
I mean, they are tough. Now, right there, that's a perfect example. That's the golden tiger's eye.
Right.
Okay. Do you see how now that's in Tucson. Do you see how I'm spraying that?
Yeah.
Do you see how they're not real thick pieces, right?
Right.
Okay, that's how you judge in the field. They go out and you drive out. What they do is they drive out and they're in these big 4-wheel drive trucks, and you'll look at the mesas, and there'll be mesas, and they'll go up on the mesa, and on the outcroppings where it's like blown apart, they'll take pry bars and they'll start prying it up. You know what flagstone is? Have you ever seen flagstone?
I've seen, yeah.
Right. It looks like flagstone, and then they'll come down to a layer, and then they'll find that. And I got to tell you, I've only been one time on a trip when they actually found this, and it's so weird because when you pop it up, it just is unbelievable. The color, it's almost like you get a light off of it or something. It's just really totally cool.
And when you and I were talking, he was like, Les, less than 5%, and then he's like, no, less than 2%. I mean, if you understand how
I say
rare.
Less than 5%, but not It's probably more like 2%
Yeah.
of the total
If you're a
tiger's eye
collector,
materials like this.
you've got to add this to your collection. And by the way it seems to gleam like golden, not a yellow that's, you know, not flattering. It's just these golden, you see they almost look lit from within. 3 strands of that, remember, 17.5 inches and 2 3/4 inch extender. Very limited to begin with, that's how rare it is. And then the stretch bracelet still available. That'll fit a 6.5 to a 7-inch wrist.
And they're out there, that is actually helicoptering into a mine.
And what's that? Look at that.
This
How
is
cool.
tiger iron. And that's another thing that's my friend is Robinson R44. That's actually another form of tiger's eye. They call it tiger iron, and it's more of the red color, and you've got the different different striations in the chatoyancy in it.
If you're looking for rare and unique, which is, let's face it, let's be honest, the main reason we come and tune in, it doesn't matter how long Jay is on air, we're glued to the TV. I record your shows even when I'm not hosting you, Jay. This is a spectacle. This is something that you gotta be ordering because I've never presented it with you. And the last time we had that tiger's eye, that red, that rare, those beads, it was sold out. It was like fire on the set, right? So happening again. Thank you for your orders. 682122 is your item number. Sterling silver all the way on this. So finishing it off, there's your sterling silver extension there with your hook closure. So you know you can get that a little higher, a little tighter, depending on the neckline or the sweater you want to wear. But every single one of these special. You didn't put the bad ones in the back. You didn't, you know, every one of these so beautiful. What a unique yellow. Like what a unique golden color this is, Jay.
What I like about it, but if you look at this, and even if I didn't fasten, now what I did is this has a natural bling to it, right? It has a chatoyancy, so it naturally has a sparkle, just the rough stock, the rough material. But I always like to overdo it. Okay, that's just my thing, right? So I love fastening.
We love that.
So when you hand facet this, and when you facet it, it actually even adds a third dimension to that brightness. And what I love with this, if you think, I mean, right there, you see it sparkling, it's not even moving, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine you're in different light sources,
neck.
you're wearing this, and as you turn, it sparkles. You know, it just kind of like, you'll see it like sparkling gleam. And I got to tell you, I'm attracted to that. I think that is really cool. Where you see it almost like talking to you. I mean, you know, I don't know. I just love things that really. That's why I love materials that are chatoyant, like charoite, seraphonites. I love the fact that you have something that when you walk into a room and you're walking into different light sources, but any little bit of movement that you have, it's gonna sparkle. People are gonna be attracted to it.
By the way, we are getting very limited, fewer than 400 now. By the way, on the stretch bracelet, I wanted to show you, because a lot of times maybe you're saying, well, I don't want the necklace, but here's the bracelet, or maybe you buy the suite, you get them both, because I always